Go to YouTube. It's Aquarius Leviathan Prophecy, and I just saw the news. I mean, I don't know if it's breaking news or just rumors that the Undertaker's officially retiring. I mean, listen, you know, where should I begin with the Undertaker, man? This guy didn't necessarily have the greatest start to his professional career, but obviously through the years, the Undertaker was well known, especially in the WWF, WWE, as Mark Calloway, the Undertaker, Dead Man, the American Badass. You know what I'm saying? He, put or he carried the wrestling. He carried the WWE, WWF, and in the next millennium. You know what I'm saying? In the next decade. He went from you know the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s until now. So 3 decades of dominance by the Undertaker, and Triple H just celebrated his 25th anniversary. So but anyways, yeah, man, the Undertaker is and always will be a living legend. His undefeated streak at WrestleMania. A lot of people thought that the streak should never been broken. But there's a time and place for everything. Records are meant to be broken. In any sport. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like nobody thought that you know nobody. Oh my God, nobody thought that Deion Sanders' punt return record for 20 touchdowns wasn't going to be broken. We like I knew somebody was gonna break that record. You know what I'm saying? Or most interceptions in a game. You know what I'm saying? Like what cornerback has the most interceptions in a game? In one game. I'm not talking about a season. I'm not talking about you know career wise. I'm talking about in just one game. How many interceptions did a cornerback have in just one game? So like stuff like that, or how many sacks? Like 10 sacks in a game. That's unheard of. So I mean, I don't think nobody recorded that many sacks in one game. Probably like around the 70s, 80s, and 90s. But I mean, they can record like 2 4 sacks or 5 sacks. But I mean, because I remember when Donovan McNabb was getting sacked by that ferocious Giants defense with OC and Tuck and Strahan and those boys. You know what I'm saying? Like they was putting the hat on they was putting a hat on Donovan McNabb. I think they sacked him like 7 times, if I'm not mistaken. So, but anyways, the Undertaker, man, ah man, this guy was I mean he grew up on me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that he wasn't. I mean, okay, let's start here. During the Attitude Era, because obviously I was born around where he first debuted. He debuted in 1990, right? So I was born in 1992. So basically, I never saw him fight, or I've never seen him, like fight. You know what I'm saying? So when he formed the Ministry of Darkness, that's when I started watching him. And then he would lose to The Rock. He would lose to Triple H. No, actually, he was not even beefing with Triple H at the time. It was just The Rock and him. No, it was just sometimes The Rock, or sometimes The Undertaker, or sometimes Kane. That's the only three people he was feuding with, or sometimes Mankind. But other than that, he would be losing his matches. You know what I'm saying? He played He played the type of role that Triple H played in DX. You know what I'm saying? Like he would always lose. He would come out very intimidating, but he did. But then at the end of the day, he would always win. He would always lose, I should say. You know what I'm saying? Especially in pay-per-views, because Stone Cold and him would Stone Cold and Triple H. I mean, Stone Cold and The Undertaker would go back and forth. Every single match. You know, like Stone Cold would get the best out of him one day. The Undertaker or Stone Cold would get the best out of The Undertaker one day. So it was basically back and forth. Um, and then obviously further around his career, around like 1999, 1991, 2009. I said 1999, 1991, and 1999, 2000. That's when he changed his gimmick to obviously the American Badass, and he was just a badass at that time. He didn't come out with the whole you know you know, Undertaker dead man gimmick. He came as more of a American badass, a patriot. You know what I'm saying? More. You know what I'm saying? Like he was more relatable. You know what I'm saying? Like where was the guy that you know? I mean, he. You know what I'm saying? Like where was the guy that told everybody to rest in peace? Now he just changed his gimmick, and now a lot of people didn't necessarily recognize him, but the audience grew into him. You know what I'm saying? Like the audience obviously grew on him, and then obviously they started to like him and cheer for him and stuff like that. Like everybody still know who he was, but he's been doing this whole dead man gimmick for a while now. So, it took a lot. It took the audience a lot to, process, what kind of gimmick or what kind of, character he was. And then obviously, Kane buried him, and then obviously, we haven't seen him for like a while. And, he was like sending, cryptic messages to Kane and stuff like that, saying, like he hasn't killed me, I'm coming back for you and stuff like that. And that's when he resurrected himself as the dead man. And then, he kept that persona until WrestleMania 33. And then, obviously, he lost against, Brock Lesnar. And then after that, he lost against Roman Reigns. And I think that was basically it. After that, he's just been on a winning streak. He beat Bray Wyatt, he beat Shane McMahon. You know what I'm saying? He beat Shawn Michaels twice, he beat Triple H three times at WrestleMania. People forget about that. Triple H and The Undertaker fought at WrestleMania, not one, not two, but three times. And obviously, The Undertaker won all three. King Kong Bundy, Kane twice. You know what I'm saying? Big Show, and A Train. So he had a lot of great matches. And I mean now I'm hearing that he's officially retired. Now I'm not saying that he's officially retiring, but there's rumors out there that says that he's retiring. I think after he signed a 15-year contract, that would make him, at least 70 years old when, his time was up. And, I don't think his body could have kept up with it. You know what I'm saying? Now, hopefully, he goes out in a blaze of glory, in the blaze of glory. You know what I'm saying? There's really nothing for him to do. You know, if you really think about it, or probably he could go behind the scenes and help the younger talent development and stuff like that, or he could just spend time with his family. I don't think the Undertaker is done with the wrestling yet, but I think he can use his assets in a different manner than just, or like I said, maybe he could just, spend, you know, the time that he has with his family, and Michelle McCool and stuff. But other than that, I mean, there's really nothing you can say. He single handedly carried the WWF. Alongside the Undertaker. I mean, alongside Stone Cold and The Rock and Triple H and stuff like that. Like, I don't want to leave them out of them. I don't want to leave them out. But the Undertaker was that guy, especially a guy for his size. You know what I'm saying? And he was just phenomenal. He will be missed. There'll never be another Undertaker. Never. You know what I'm saying? So, you can't like again, people want to say, oh, like wrestling should go back to the PG era, like not PG era, the Attitude era. That's never going to happen because, for one, they would have to change the ratings, right? They would have to change their ratings from MA TV 14 or TV 14 to basically PG 13. And I don't think they want to go back to the old days because, it's a newer audience, Like, the fans that was there during the Attitude Era, obviously they're still here living. Obviously, they just don't necessarily pay attention to it anymore. But they're still here. But the new wave of audiences is different. You know what I'm saying? Like, they want something fresh, they want something new. They don't want things that happened 15 years ago, you know what I'm saying, or 17 years ago, or 25 years ago. They don't want that. They want something fresh, So, the WWE is going to continue to, look for new options and look for new talent and stuff like that. Like I heard like an interview where Triple H said that, he recruit a lot of talent around the world, not even in the United States. You know what I'm saying? Like we find we like he said that we find talent from Japan, India, Saudi Arabia. You know what I'm saying? Like New England. You know what I'm saying? Like he finds talent everywhere. So I think the WWE is in good hands. I think for them to not be what WCW is going was, I think the WWE needs to do a better job of developing their talent. Even though they don't necessarily believe in that anymore, you know what I'm saying? Because now they don't have like a voice. Roman Reigns is not there like he used to be. Obviously he's a dad now, so I mean, like they're using, like they just running out of they just running out of ideas for the company. You know what I'm saying? Like they took so long to put Drew McIntyre over. Obviously, he didn't necessarily, they didn't they like Vince McMahon hand chose him as the chosen one. You know what I'm saying? When he was all, with 3MB and stuff like that. No. This is when he debuted. Sorry. This is when he debuted. They picked him, they handpicked him as the chosen one. And then obviously that didn't work out and they just tossed him into, a jobber role. Or just, he just started losing matches and stuff. But anyways, the Undertaker's legacy will be, cemented. You know, you see how the WWE never have any statues of nobody. That's kind of funny, right? That's kind of weird and funny, right? Like out of all the greats, there is no statue. The only statue, or the only statue there is the WWE logo. Because it doesn't matter how great you are, how talented you are. Just like CM Punk said, the wheel is gonna keep on spinning. You know, they're just employees working for the business. Yeah, you put a lot of people butts in seats. You put a lot of seats and butts, and so you sold out everywhere you went. But that was just to Vince McMahon's liking. Vince McMahon never cared about you. Vince McMahon never said, "Hey, you know what? One day when you retire, you're gonna have a big fat statue outside of our headquarters." He never did it to The Rock. He never did it to The Undertaker. He never did it to anybody. I'm surprised he didn't do it to himself. But he has a WWE logo statue outside of the headquarters. So that tells you that, it doesn't really matter who goes, who comes. The WWE is still going to be here. So, you know, but, The Undertaker should finally rest in peace in a good way and just, sell, just set sail and, live his life with his family. I mean, he was missed so much. You know what I'm saying? So, like now he has all the time because he's not fighting anymore. You don't have to worry about the grueling hours and stuff like that because it's a grind. It really is. That business is a non-stop, 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year grind. Like there is no breaks. Like the NBA, you have breaks. The NFL, you have breaks. College football, you have breaks. Baseball, hockey, NFL, you have breaks. Golf, you have breaks. Wrestling, you don't have breaks. It's every single day. And if they're not on Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown, guess what? They're touring. Now I don't know now because of the virus, but before they tour. You know what I'm saying? They toured New Mexico, Saudi Arabia. You know what I'm saying? Like they basically go everywhere and anywhere to put on a show. It's a hard grind. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember when John Cena, there was an interview, and then the guy said that how many matches do you go through, or do your body endure? Can your body endure? He said John Cena said that. Well, to be honest with you, you know, I fight 300 matches a year, I should say, 300 matches. Yeah, it's a grind. You put an NFL or NBA player on that in that platform, you see how well he does. You know what I'm saying? So 300 matches is a lot. It's a lot. Like every single day your body's putting you putting your body in pain, and people saying that wrestling is fake. I'm gonna try not to be I'm gonna try to not to be biased because in any type of sport, injuries happen. We've seen players from football to basketball die, right? Like we literally see people die, whether it's head collision or the lack of you know, lack of, nutrition, whatever. Like we've seen people collapse and die, you know, racing, like there was this one diver that plunged a 20-foot dive and then he fell right to his death with the water in it. There was water inside, obviously, like his shit was like 50 feet and he fell right into his death. Owen Hart, the harness that was supporting him unattached, detached, I should say. You know what I'm saying? Like the harness that was carrying him from the ceiling unhooked, and he fell to his death. Chris Benoit, killed himself and killed his family. So there's a lot of deaths that happens in sports. Injuries. There's a lot of injuries that happens in sports, right? Like people say, oh, football is real, but like football is not real. Well, let me take that back. Football is a gladiator sport. You know what I'm saying? If you go back during their Julius Caesar's years when they used to throw people in a lion's den, you know what I'm saying? And they gave them a sword or a shield to protect themselves or to defend themselves. Guess who was in the Coliseums? Fans. Same thing with today's NFL, today's sports. Instead of lions in a person, it's people versus people. You know what I'm saying? It's men versus men. But the difference is you have helmets and you have shoulder pads and you have all this equipment on you and you still get hurt. So for the people that say that football is not, for the people that say wrestling is fake, it's not fake. The injuries are real. The injuries are real. Whether you think they got fake bodies, they put on fake bodies. They put on, this type of, you know, like masculine body, like that's their real bodies. They're putting their bodies through tables. They're flying off of ladders. They getting chair shots to the head. The blood is real. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they'll, have like a little knife where they cut, because you have to cut a certain area where, you don't cut an artery or something. So they tell you, they like put like a little blade under your, wristband. You take it out when, somebody hits you with a chair shot and you just cut a little, you just cut right here and then you just start to bleed. In that aspect, yes, okay, yes. If you were to say that wrestling is predetermined, it's fixed, it's fake. Well, it's predetermined, it's fixed. Okay, I get it. But to say that wrestling is fake, like wrestling is not fake. It's just like any other sport. People just don't care to see how wrestling works. They just say, "Oh, we just seen two muscular men be beating at each other." You know what I'm saying? Like the chairs are fake, the tables are fake, the ladders not even real. Those are not even real ladders. The tables are. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the cages, so the Hell in the Cell cages are not fake. The steel cages are not fake. The weapons under the ring are not fake. Those are real sledgehammers. Those are real tables. Those are real ladders. They just don't use them in a way where, you know, they're like barbaric. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't see the ring replaced with barbed wires. You know what I'm saying? Like those are really like really real barbed wires. You know what I'm saying? Because I was watching the match. I think it was Sabu. I believe it was Sabu versus Abyss in TNA Impact, where they surrounded the ring. They replaced the ropes with barbed wires and explosive tables. So you can't tell me that's not real. And then you could see the flesh, you could see the blood. It was just hard to watch, but it was very exciting. Obviously Abyss won that match, but it was very, very interesting. But I mean, again, the Undertaker will have a place in the Hall of Fame. I don't know when. It might probably be next year's Hall of Fame inductee, or it might be class of 2022. I don't know. But I know one day he's going to get in the Hall of Fame. Kane as well, Big Show as well. You know what I'm saying? Johnson, I don't know. I don't know. You know that, I hear a lot of rumors that John Cena don't even feel like being in the Hall of Fame. Like he feel like he's not worthy of being in the Hall of Fame. You know, like he's done so much for the business that right now he just feels like him being in the Hall of Fame is like a slap to the face. You know what I'm saying? I mean that's just my opinion. I think that you know I mean he's done so much. You know, I mean he's the only person that gave so much to the Make a Wish Foundation, where people necessarily didn't necessarily take it seriously, but John Cena did. You know, like he's the first one in, first one out the building. You know what I'm saying? He literally earned a lot of superstars respect. Like even though I hate his gameplay, I mean I hate the style. I hate the way he fights, but his toughness, his determination, you can't question that. You know what I'm saying? Like I know a lot of people hate John Cena, a lot of people like John Cena. I mean, he's embodied me of he's an ambassador to the WWE. You know what I'm saying? Like he's the Hollywood Hulk, not Hollywood. He's the Hulk Hogan of the WWE. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, but let's be real. Hypothetically speaking, 80s Hulk Hogan would be any John Cena. I don't care if John Cena had his best year. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it was Doctors of Thugonomics John Cena. 80s Hulk Hogan would destroy any John Cena. Marine John Cena, destroy him. Doctor of Thugonomics John Cena, destroy him. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's just what it is. So, if it's true, if this is true, then I wish The Undertaker nothing but the best in the near future. Hopefully he could do things behind the scenes of the WWE. Probably work as a as a talent. Like I don't know. Like maybe when Vince McMahon is no longer here, the Undertaker can take that. The Triple H's role of talents. So just I mean I don't know. Or maybe he just wanna remove himself from the business. Just unwind, relax. Spend time with his kids or whatnot. But anyways, if you like what you saw, hit that like button, smash on the notification bell. Till next time, take care of yourself and each other, and thank you, Undertaker, for everything.